part of this family by extension. And today there's a subject that we have, and I want to believe that you are learned people. You have a lot of experience, you have a lot of knowledge, and therefore mine is not exceptional to stand here. I might stand here to repeat what I have heard you say, and if I repeat everything, that will be a confirmation that I was a good student. See, that will be quite in order. And therefore, I acknowledge that the Lord has been my Savior and He has been my help. And for me to stand here, it is a great honor. I'm going to take very few minutes because you are learned people, you have a lot of knowledge, and the subject that we are learning is not a new one. At least a group of us has tasted that subject. We just need to hear what is my perspective as a person. And therefore, there's a young man in the book of Job chapter 32. His name is Elihu, and he feared to speak because he was young. He listened to the elders as they spoke, and he said, I feared to speak because I was young, but please allow me to say what I know. I'm quoting Elihu with a purpose so that even as we share this session, I am comforting myself. It is not a tradition for young people to stand before the elders from the ancient days. But on the other hand, we are in a season, or rather in times which are called the New World Order. New World Order has a lot is really changing. And when the elders, they are not taking up the mantle and giving us the direction, we are trying to come up with ways to find out how we can continue living our life. But the best thing is that we are consulting, we are not only coming. And for me as a person, if I'm interested in any matter, I am able to take up, I'm able to do the research work. And after all my writings, we write with people. I go to people, I ask them, I'm feeling about A, B, C, D. And therefore, when it came to the issue of love, I also went to people and I told them I'm feeling uncomfortable with area A, B, C, D. And what was my biggest question? My biggest question was I discovered that marriage is the only institution that people are given the certificate they have not trained for. Then they are awarded to go to train themselves without a teacher. I don't want to say it is madness, but you are here, you're going to confirm with me. I would one more you are in need to have a certificate. I don't know which school did you go. I want to believe as we be receiving the questions, I will also expect my questions to be answered as a free mind. Is it true that marriage is the only institution people are awarded the certificate they never schooled for? Then they are told to go and school themselves without a teacher. You are given the certificate before you are schooled for. I went to the university, and until I completed all my learning is when I was given the certificate. So, this is my thinking. You have given me an opportunity to consume myself, and therefore, even if no one is listening to me, I'm going to consume myself with a lot of questions. I mean, for me, I feel it's a big error that the people who are developing the curriculums for life development, they developed curriculum for all the areas in life except in marriage. And you know, that is where people spend most of, or almost, I think, a 3/4 of their lives. So, which is this area that they never developed a career? That marriage is the only institution that is learned by trials and errors. So, you get into this marriage, you realize you never learned well, you go to another one, and of course, by the time you are learning, you are too old, and therefore, we find our elders spend time telling us many things that don't work out in the marriage rather than telling us very many things that are working out in marriage. It is my vision that before I'm very old, at least I will start a form of marriage course, especially for young people. The law of doctors is that prevention is better than cure, and therefore I am wishing that we can have a formal marriage class for young people. We go through that class, we get to this matter. For me, I was encountered by different issues within the community for me to be able to come up with this matter of cry for love. The book is called Cry for Love. I had a pertinent question. One is that why should people be given the certificate they have not schooled for? And when I discovered that, I enrolled myself to a school, and up to now, I'm still learning. So those who are asking me, why are you not married? I'm almost graduated. My certificate, I'm trusting God, it it will be legitimate na hiyo mchele nitawaitia mkule. Najua kina mama ndio wanafurahia sana kuja kurudia vitenge wakati wa harusi. Mimi vijana mwelewi mambo ya harusi. Sasa mkuje kuna mchele mmoja vile watu wanamachi vitenge. And I'm hoping from this discussion we have people who will be celebrating. But I'm wishing we get that legitimate certificate. So that was one of my concerns. And number two, we have most of us now young men being attracted to women who are far older than them. We have ladies who are attracted to men who are far older than them. That was also one of my other questions that I really needed to answer. Why? Why is this happening and it is affecting our lives? So allow me to start my presentation by saying that love is a supreme need in the life of every human being. It's a supreme need. Of all the needs that we need in our life, love is a supreme need. So I don't know when you're going to research that, but I don't again have a better way of saying it, that love is a supreme in the life of every human being. And then later we'll be seeing what happens when you don't have that love. Being a supreme need, above when I'm a professional counselor, I trained as a professional counselor, and when we were learning at the stages of growth, we discovered that love and belonging, it is at the third stage. Kuna mambo hautatimiza kama hauna huo upendo. So love is a supreme need in the life of every human being. And number two, there can never be a great story without love. There can never be any great story. I know you watch movies, you listen to the stories, and you will never make any great story in life without love. And therefore I'm saying you need that love in order for you to make a great story. Watch any movie, every movie, it is spiced by love. Hata pastor akiona watu wanasinzia kanisani analeta mambo ya mapenzi ndio waamuke. Wana mwalikuwa amelala tafadhali kuamkia ni story ya mapenzi ya kuwa non-stop today. So it is there can never be the whole Bible ambao anasoma Biblia from the book of Genesis to Revelation is all about the story of love. So why don't you be engaged in this story of love? I know there are a lot of complaints and nasikia wanaume wamekataa kupropose na mambo mengi, lakini we'll see what we can do, we'll see what is the problem. Now ladies, now we are in a big mess, but thank God that we are here. We'll do the best we can, and I know we'll be getting to that. But my point ni kwamba there can never be a great story without love. Another thing I would like to say is that love has the greatest motivation in life. Love has the greatest motivation in life. So, and that means if you don't have love, the probability you don't have the motivation. Most of us, and especially men, we leave home to go and work. We become workaholics. We become the sole workers in the family because of love, not any other thing. Ukweli ama ukweli? At least now we are starting to agree. Now I'm feeling a little bit safe. Therefore, love has the greatest motivation. And you remember we have one of the evidence of Lord Bridgerton. Most of us, we have the story. Now one about hawana story. Kuna mtu ambaye akona hiyo story yote huko, you can go and listen about this man who was in love, and because of the motivation he had, now we have the counsel. Yes, he didn't achieve the love, but we have the counsel because of a story of love. And I came across a very interesting case from the book of Psalms. I'm going to paraphrase it, the book of Psalms chapter 17. And we have the case of David. Before David entered in the contest of killing Goliath, but David was not motivated by just winning against Goliath. The greatest motivation was love. So, and therefore he overheard some people saying what will be given to the man who will kill Goliath. One was the family will be exempted from the taxes, he will get a position in the army. And another thing, he was to be given a daughter of the king. And I want to think, even if it is my case in Yabio Tapata, Cristiano or President Yamendi, I better die at the finishing line, at least in the a certificate. So that is one of very interesting story that I got concerning this matter of love. And we are talking love having a very great motivation, and therefore David went in the contest knowing very well, if I win, at the end of the day, I will get a daughter of the king. And automatically he becomes a prince. But the greatest sponsor for him winning against Goliath, I don't think you are. After all, you are the only youngest person. Why do you win to be exempted from taxes and just maybe an opposition in the army? So the greatest motivation was love. So, but remember the motivation of love is there. I think we can continue with the story. We hear what happened after there. We can continue with the reading.
Now Saul's daughter, Michal, was in love with David, and when they told Saul about it, he was pleased. I will give her to him, he thought, so that she may be a snare to him, and so that the hand of the Philistines may be against him. So Saul said to David, now you have a second opportunity to become a son-in-law. Then Saul ordered his attendants, speak to David privately and say, look, the king is pleased with you, and his attendants all like you. Now become his son-in-law. They repeated these words to David, but David said, do you think it is a small matter to become the king's son-in-law? I'm only a poor man, little known. Verse 24, when Saul's servant told him what David said, Saul replied, say to David, the king wants no other price for the bride than 100 Philistines for foreskins, to take revenge for his enemies. Saul's plan was to have David fall by the hands of the Philistines. Verse 26. When the attendants told David these things, he was pleased to become the king's son-in-law. So before the allotted time elapsed, David and his men went out and killed 200 Philistines. He brought their foreskins and presented the full number to the king, so that he might become the king's son-in-law. Saul gave him his daughter Michal in marriage.
Up to that stage, we see this man in a quench for love, and we see he's fighting for love even when there are snares of death. And we see what he did and the bride price that he paid. Not only 100, he went ahead and brought how many? He brought how many foreskins? He brought how many? He was told to bring 100 for the dowry. How many did he bring? He brought 200. He brought 200. And therefore, that's one of the interesting stories of how a person fought for love. And I think I was quite motivated, but I don't know if that is happening in our time. Are people fighting for love in that manner nowadays? Or we are getting into the marriage, having the exit door prepared? Yeah? You have insurance policy for the exit. Young people are living like a group. You are getting in and there is a prepared door for the exit. Okay. Otherwise, I think I want to believe that might inspire us. That's one of my greatest stories about love in the Bible. And I see David really and that gun. But the guns are stolen. These are now, according to me, this is not my school of thought. Guns are stolen. Beautiful girls hawapatikani tu wakiwa wamengojea tu mahali. They are stolen. So long as they are still in a good age. When now we come to there's something about, I've written in this book about the rule of the jungle. Now I get now to my mind and to my thinking. So, one, guns are stolen, and of course, in the age, this is now according to me, and according to Cry for Love, that men, and I see they are the majority here, the ladies enjoy the privilege to be chased up to around the age of 26 years. And we are going to confirm it here, because ladies are here, they are going to confirm. I can only speak what I can be able to be fed and confirm. That ladies enjoy the privilege to be chased up to the age of 26 years. They enjoy having many men at the gate. In fact, there's a research which is done in Wales and England in 1992, and it confirmed that in a group of women aged 20 and 23, in 100 women, there were 157 men chasing them. In 100 women, there were how many men chasing them? There are how many excessive men in that contest? 57. There are 57. The same research in 10 years, that is age 30, from the age of 31 to around 33, it discovered that in the same amount, number of women, in 100 women, there were only 92 men chasing them. That is fact. So there were only 92 men chasing them. Shortage near watu wangapi ya men? They were enjoying their privileges. They are 57 ambao wako always, they are kept at the fence. They are waiting for someone to fail them. They take up the matter. So at that age, ladies experience a lot of men at the fence. Always they are throwing the stone. The same research done 10 years. We are talking about 40 and 43 years. That research discovered that in the same number of 100 women, there were only 78 men chasing them. Shortage for how many men? 22. Sasa hapo ndio ladies wanaanza kuwa wezi. So initially ni wanaume walikuwa naiba, sasa ikianza kufika hapo at one point nani wanakuwa wezi? It is women. It is women who are stealing. And that should communicate wisdom that kwamba ladies, yes, you enjoy the privilege to be chased away. But kuna time inafika, you know, at that time ladies wanaweka very tight fence, wanaweka firewalls. I remember this girl that I chased until I became a musician, and nikanunua gitaa na nikaanza kuimbia na hakuingia box. So, and I lost that context, but I knew tutakutana mbele, kuna mahali ambapo tutakutana. So, now at this age, things have really changed. They are now, it is girls now who are the first, and the elder we were waiting to come. Now I'm very safe because we have an elder. I'll be regulated at the end of the day. So, those are the rules of the game. That's according to me, that's according to the research work, and later, Madam Mary, we can do it practically here, and we do our confession at this stage. Nani ambao wanaiba, tukifika 26 years kwenda juu, nani ambao wanakuwa ni wezi wa mapenzi? But of course, from age of 18 all the way to 6, men ndio wanaiba. But of course, that is the rule of the game. From there, ladies, one of the major questions you are asking, wanaume now they are not proposing, tunakaa tu kwa relationship tu tumebaki. They chased their time, and now is no longer their time to chase. Now is their time to sit and wait, because the fish pond now has plenty, has many women. In fact, now that they no longer have to fight hard. They fought hard their time, and now it is women to fight hard. I don't know how that information will go with you, but at least I have elders sitting here. Women are coming to boardroom. All I need is to be guided. But because elders have refused to take up this mantle, a person of my age, I have needed to come out and try to help my own people. So that's according to that statement. But even as I'm saying that, please remember that love from the family is the foundation of any other kind of love you ever receive. Love from the family is the foundation of any other kind of love you ever receive in life. I say this with a lot of feedback, with a lot of authority in that point that if you never receive the love from your family members, you never receive the love from a mother and from a father, it will be very hard for you even to receive love from other people. It will be very hard for you even to give love, because you receive what you have given. And therefore, will be as one of the chapters I've done here is called 13 Reasons Why You're Not Married. I'm bringing now the first one. You never receive love from your mother and from your father. Because love is learned, love is received, and love is given. And therefore, if you never receive love from your father and you never receive love from your mother, I better refer you to a professional counselor. You go and deal. Love inakuwa na deni. Kama hukupokea lazima italipisha tu mahali kwa maisha. Or alternative, you cannot be able to trust people. So, but that is for your information, that love is the foundation, love from the family, it is foundational, it is the foundation of any other love that you'll be able to give. I have found that, and I want you to continue with this research. You'll find people who have come from a balanced family, they're able to receive love faster and reciprocate well. Therefore, I'm confirming my statement that our love from the family, it is foundational. Most of us, we reflect what we received from our parents. Our parents, we saw them loving each other. There is something we take, even if not the whole of it, at least tuliona mama hakupiga baba na mwiko. So unajua, okay, so mzee hapigangu na mwiko, and many other things. But I don't want to get that to I don't want to get to that. When my elders are sitting here, they will come and confirm that or dispute it. Mine is to bring to your attention. So love is as strong as death. That we find it in Song of Solomon chapter 8 verse 6 to 7. The Songs of Solomon chapter 8 verse 6 to 7. Love is as strong as death. And as I wind up this the question, I want to ask a question from there, because I'm now exiting the stage because of the little time I had been given. This love is as strong as death. The scripture says, not even much waters can quench it. Now I have a question for you. If love is as strong as death, what happens when you don't have it? If love is as strong as death, what happens when you don't have that love?